Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Brother Michael. Good morning, Koba. And good morning, Helen. The topic of our talk today is loyalty and corruption. Hello, Brother Francis. How you doing? The topic is the loyalty and corruption. All right. Good morning, everybody. Concerned Citizen going live today, October 31st, 2017. I have a day off from work today, and it's an opportunity for me to go live and talk about the topic that I mentioned, loyalty and corruption. I know sometimes people are tired of talk, but it is all about educating other people, to understand what loyalty means, and why we are engaging in this kind of loyalty and in corruption, we will make differences. I know some people think that we don't make difference, but we are making difference. Actually, people are taking advice, and they are using them in their own way. So the reason I chose that topic today, and very interesting, loyalty and corruption. Our people keep changing their position every time for some reason, and I don't understand what's wrong exactly. So 2 days or 3 days ago, we have heard that we have a defection within the SPLA army, South Sudan army, I should call it. Those who are loyal to the deposed Chief of Staff of Army, Paul Malong, they tried to free Malong from house arrest or from jail, and they were unsuccessfully. So they decided to leave, to rebel. So that's why I chose the topic loyalty and corruption. And I keep repeating this every time. I don't understand. Why are we loyal to individuals? Why we are not loyal to the country? Why are we loyal to individuals? And we have seen this for a long time. Some people are loyal to President Kiir, loyalty to Riek Machar, loyal to Paul Malong. If that kind of loyalty is going to help, well, is it thin balla? Or it's going to put us more and more into problems. That's why we talk, and we keep talking. Because these people actually, they don't understand the meaning of the country. They don't understand what it means to be a citizen of the country. If you do, you will not even care about your tribe, you will not even care about the friend, you will not even care about the aunt, whether they are in government, whatever. You will care about the entire country. So those who rebel simply because Malong has not been freed, mind them, Gadi Aslan, there is no case, because in my opinion, this is what is supposed to happen if they really care about the country, if they really care about what's going on. They should unite their voices with the voices of people who are crying every single day from a brutal war, from suffering that people are going through. That's what the true army can do. That's what they're supposed to do, to come on the side of the people, and instead of engaging in their loyalty to Paul Malong and come out with the public, and get on the side of the people, so they can do uprising. That would have been really, really meaningful. But if you are just rebelling because your guy from your area or from your tribe has been, under house arrest, that means actually we have a blind loyalty, and we keep in this kind of blind loyalty every time. So, once again, I mentioned this before. Malong is not anything with what's going on in South Sudan. It was part of corrupt system. It was part of Kiir. It was part of all this unfair system that's going on in South Sudan. So to come out and saying that you wanted to rebel because you wanted to free Malong, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. See? So loyalty should be for the country. Loyalty should be for the good cause. Loyalty should be for the building nation. These are the things that we should be loyal to, not individuals. But our people, they are not getting this thing. And more, people are getting distracted actually. They have been used through propaganda. So, hurt me to extent when I've seen some people who are educated, who will make some differences in our life, in the country life. They are engaging in this kind of, propaganda and this kind of, loyalties. It doesn't make sense, For more than 1 week now, I've been watching, on the social media, our colleagues who have shows, who always come out and speak. And actually they turn, 100 degrees. And he said they were saying that they are hosts of the shows, to see the views of South Sudanese, what they think and what should happen and so on. I have a feeling that some people actually, they are using propaganda. They have been used by the government, to go and become an opposition for the social media, what we have been doing. This is what happened, And frankly, this is what I've been seeing for the last 2 days, Okay? I've been the last 2 days. And that's why I get confused. What this kind of loyalty, what they are getting from it. That's why I chose these two topics today. Loyalty and corruption. These two things, they are going together. Okay? So I have seen that actually government is using those, loyalists to come and use propaganda to challenge the true voice of the people. Yes, the true voice of the people. They wanted to challenge. But you know what? I bet, and I'm going, to challenge them today. I'm going to challenge them today. I've been repeating this here on my talk every time. I want one of them to come, and prove to me why Kir have to have another more chance. Why do they think Kir is a good leader for the next coming time? And he has already been failing the nation. Many times I have been calling them. I am more than willing, to debate these people. And you know what? One of those people that are using propaganda and they think and they are saying that they are independent. They are not independent. You have seen the Red Army chairman, Deng Bol. He has been using all the propaganda. Actually, he's the Kir loyalist, and he has been using this propaganda just to bring people on Kir's side. But I don't think so it's going to happen. I hope you are watching, Deng Bol. I hope you are watching me. And I am more than happy to debate you. And to prove to me that why Kir should be a good leader. Why Kir should have another opportunity. Because you deny the truth. Every time, I've seen you, your show I've been watching, you deny the truth. I challenge you. Yeah, I challenge you. Just let's debate. Me and you and others, let us debate. Prove to me. Because yesterday, one of those loyalist guy came out and he started speaking that Mafi Bedil, we don't have any other person, we don't have any other smart South Sudanese can lead this nation toward the peace and stability. I challenge him too. I challenge that person. I challenge them. We need to sit somewhere and debate and let people watch and prove to the people of South Sudan, why do you think Kir is a right person? Why do you think SPLA will lead these people from all this, problem? He has been there in power more than 12 years right now. I hope you are watching. I hope you are watching, Deng Bol. I hope you are watching my brother, Dr. Martin. Because yesterday, it's kind of mixed, mixed emotion when I've seen you talking. It became more mixed emotion. You said that you need South Sudan to be ruled by a dictatorial. And I asked one question. What was the cause of the fight? Why we fought the North, the oppressors? Why we fought them? And you didn't give me the answer. We fought them for justice, liberty, and prosperity? Or we just simply fought them to have a country? You didn't give me any answer. I want to challenge you. And I want to challenge Deng Bol. We can sit in one place and just challenge. We need to challenge. I want to challenge both of you. And just prove to the people why South Sudan should be ruled by a dictatorial. Why do you think it's a good idea? Prove to the people so people can say, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, you're right. Because lately, I have seen things change drastically, I know. And that's why I brought the word that they are using propaganda. Someone will come to the Facebook and say, oh, well, you know what? We are together, we are so and we are so. But actually has been used And that's why they are coming. We are the voice, we are the truth voice of the people that is speaking to the people. When someone, it's all black and white. When someone is doing right thing, we don't hide. I am vocal. I have to speak up. I have to say it's wrong. I don't support that wrong concept. But I want them to prove me. I want them to prove me. Why do they think, Kir is the right person with all these years that have been? I never denied that Kir is a hero. Yes, he fought for the South Sudan. But he have failed South Sudanese. So last night when I was watching actually, and that brother said that, mind and Abedin. He's the only smartest South Sudanese. I was so stunned. So Nelson Mandela was the best of Africa. But he brought everybody on the table and he let it go. So he can show we have to lead always by example. And then others can come after him. The same thing Gandhi did. Mother Teresa was the best. But would we say that because Mother Teresa, she was the only best, nobody is good than Mother Teresa? See, we are mixing things and actually we are running away from the reality. And that's not going to take us anywhere. So don't be a blind loyals. And that's what I've seen here now. I know people don't want to hear the truth. And you know what? The truth is the truth. No matter what you say, no matter what are you hiding, the truth is the truth. Don't be a blind loyalist. And as I said, I'm still challenging you, Dengbol, Dr. Martin, and I will add my brother, Miyakol Mayom. We need to debate together, all three of us. You can choose a venue. You can choose a location. I don't have any problem. Because people are going to use propaganda, on the vulnerable people. It's like an hyena tactic, and I have said this many times. It's like an hyena tactic. Hyena always, it doesn't hunt. And if he tried to hunt, when he tried to hunt the buffaloes, it will look for a baby buffalo. Always. Because he knows the bigger buffalo will kick his ass, or the bigger buffalo will, will take care of him. That's why hyenas, when they see the buffalo are going, is always looking for a vulnerable, the young one. The one that doesn't know how to run. The one that doesn't know how to walk. It doesn't know how to protect themselves. And that's why these crooks, these people, the one that, President Kiir is using to come here on the social media to do a propaganda, on his behalf. They are just targeting the vulnerable South Sudanese, those who don't make sense, those who don't know how to, to defend themselves. These are the one that using. You see them, they are inviting so and so, hey, come to show, and then they will start, lecturing them and lecturing them and lecturing them so they can get on their side. This tactic, we reject them. And that's why I'm saying that come and prove to people of South Sudan, let's go and debate. I want to debate you guys. I want to debate. Just come and prove to me. Yes. Of course, yes, they are using return and rewards. Otherwise, they wouldn't even act that way. Someone will come and say, oh, I am chairman of I'm chairman of Red Army, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. That's why I'm, and I am fair, I'm independent voice. They are not independent voice. And that's why I'm challenging. Right? As I said, it hurt. I'm open. I'll be debating you. Just prove to me. Prove to people of South Sudan, to prove to other people why Kir is a right fit. Kir has been vindicated already, has been tested, and he fell. I say that clearly, he fell. But now, you, the one that campaigning on his behalf, come and debate me. Come and debate among people of South Sudan. And prove that, he's fit to lead and he's going to lead the next one. He's the one that got us in this mess. And you're still feeling that he's going to do that. Please, Dengbol, come forward. Please, Dr. Martin, come forward. And I invite me a call too, so we can sit all three and have a solid debate to the people of South Sudan live within Facebook. We're gonna have a special page so people can view this. If you don't contact me, it means that you don't have substance. And actually, and that's why I'm saying that, it means that you are using the hyena tactic. Because hyena, they're always looking for vulnerable people, right? They're looking for vulnerable animals. They are not looking for a stronger animal. No, they are using the vulnerable one. So you go and talk to someone who doesn't know anything about what's going on. Okay? Just to get them on your side, to rile them on your side. All right? I think my message is clear on that. If you want us to debate, I am more than happy. Anywhere, any location, we will do it. I will do it. I'll be there. And if you want me even to contribute for the ticket, I will. الرجال مواقف. أما الرجال فنجيها في فعلها لا في الكلام. I'm ready. Just prove to me. Prove the people of South Sudan. Truth must be said. Okay. These are blind loyalists. And I will keep repeating this, blind loyalists. And those people who rebelled, 3 days ago, just because simply they are supporting him along, they are blind loyalists too. Because they don't know what's going on. And instead of caring about the big picture of the country, what's going on in our country, they are just caring about the individuals. The one that, supply them with bonds. These are the ones that they care. And I gave you an example last time on the barking dog. And I'm not going to go and touch that story again. Okay? Don't be blind loyalists. Just come forward and tell the truth. And, accept to be challenged. If you think you are right, accept to be challenged. Don't use hyena tactics and go to the vulnerable people. Oh, I will invite, this is Mama so, and this is Mama so, and this is Brother so, and this is... No. Come and get challenged. So, when it comes to corruption as well, like I said, corruption has 3 stages. And it's because of the leadership. That's why corruption continues. No one can deny that. Because on the top leadership, when you lead by example, no one is going to do it. The people below you, they are not going to do it. Because there are 3 types of corruption, like I said. Anyone working and you feel pressure, when you have pressure, because we are all human, and I repeat this many times again, whether Russian or American or South American or African, human is human. The difference is his color of his skin, just here. That's the only difference. But the blood is red, the brain is white. Everything in the body is the same. All humankind, they have greedy on them. But the rules of laws that have been enforced are the ones that make them go straight. Okay? So, the first one in the corruption, the pressure. Every human being, when they have a pressure, when you have a pressure in life. And that's why I goes back to a leadership. Because if things are not explained in the way it's supposed to be, corruption will arise here. When someone is not getting salary that they deserve, when we are not calculating the cost of living, how much is going to spend for food, how much is going to spend for transport, how much is going to spend for health, how much is going to spend for rent, for his school supply, for his children, a human here feels pressure. He has a lot of pressure on him. And those, ordinary, and I call them ordinary because they just want, basic living. And when they don't get this basic living, like a soldier or a nurse or, these are not ordinary people. When they don't get what they need in life, they are likely to become more corrupt. So that police, if he's not getting enough salary, he get pressured because he want his kids to go to school. He want to put the meal on the table. He wanted to live a decent life with the children. He want to get transport. He want to get this. And he's not getting enough salary because the leadership actually did not do what they're supposed to be doing. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about people who are in the system. So this police officer here is likely to go intimidate ordinary citizen, someone who is selling the good in the market, and he start robbing them and doing whatever, And those people, actually, I was talking to one of the, I think godfather, he was telling me that these people, those who steal just to eat, they are not thief actually. Because just they want to, they want to survive. Because the leadership here didn't do anything right. Okay? So they start stealing from the people. They start intimidating people. They start robbing. Because they are not getting enough. They are not getting anything. They are not getting their salaries. The same thing to a nurse in the hospital. It will engage in illegal stuff. Selling medicine or doing weird things that don't make sense. The same thing to our doctors. You see? That's the pressure that they are getting. Because the system is not fair for them. The system is not fair for anyone. Right? That's one type of corruption, and we have it in our country because of the leadership. And then you come down to opportunity. There are some people who are they're getting paid very well, and they are good. They have cars, they have everything, they have allowances, they have enough. But they are in control. They are directors. They are in control. They are the one that issue the check. They are the one that go and get the money from the bank. They are the one that doing all this thing all in all. Without any check and balance. No one else, check with him, checking him and seeing what he's doing. And he feels that he has an opportunity. He can get away with things. You see, because there is no check here. There is no editing. There is no one he is taking care. Right? There is no one is asking him, why are you doing that? Okay, you sign that check, I will sign it and make sure that why this money has been withdrawn. What are you going to do with it? These are opportunity. These are opportunists. These people, they are directors, whatever they are ministers, they will use that opportunity. They know that they're not going to get caught because there is no check here. There is no check and balance. No one care. No one will, will ask them why you're doing that and why you're doing this. They're using that. This is the second type of corruption, and we have a bunch of them in South Sudan. All right. You come also to a third one, which is rationalization. Because there are some people who feel that they have a reason to steal. These are the top on the leadership. And you already know about them. It doesn't have to be only stealing money. They can do fraud and everything. They can do fraud in government. They can do fraud to stay and rule people and do kind. Why? Because there is the issue of rationalization. They feel that they have a reason. They have committed their life. They have done so much to the country. They have fought for a freedom. They do this and they do that. And those are on the top. Those are Kir and, their minister and SPLM, SPLM leadership. Because there is the notion that they went to, to Gaba and fought for 22 years and sacrificed their education. But they have forgotten that the value that they fought is to bring justice, liberty, prosperity. They have forgot that at all, totally. You see? So they justify their corruption. They justify the fraud that they're doing. That because they spend enough time fighting and doing this and doing that, now they should be rewarded. And that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. And yet, people are still coming, and saying, oh, the president, so we don't have Badil, we don't have any alternative. We don't have any alternative in South Sudan. Salva Kiir is the only alternative. You are dead wrong, brother. You are dead wrong, sister. Salva Kiir is not the only smart person in South Sudan. Or Riek Machar. Or Lama Kol. There are so many smart South Sudanese. There's so many smart South Sudanese. They can get out of all this mess. But this leadership, actually, they try to create all this mess so they can stay in the top. Divide and rule. When you divide more people, And then you have that opportunity to stay. Now, you create insecurity in the country. Everybody's going to worry about his own security. And he's not going to even think about, talking about the government and so and so and so and all these things. And you create economic, downfall. People are suffering. They want just to get, look at age, they want to get so and so and so. And that's why all this mess, this happening, is created by them so they can stay in the power. And I mentioned this, not too long ago when Salva Kiir went to Greater Warab and said that, hey, SPLA can rule for 100 years. Actually, his intention was not SPLM can rule 100 years. That's Salva Kiir Mayardit can rule 100 years. That's what it is. He can rule until he died. And yet we don't understand. Wallahi ya Jama, it doesn't matter. It's your tribe, it's your clans, it's your family, it's your whatever. It will not take us anywhere, this blind loyalty. You're just supporting him because you are defending case of tribe and all these things. It's not going to take you anywhere. It's not. And I said last week that European, they are tribe. That South America, they are tribe. That Asian, they are tribe. They are. You see them Chinese, they have the same eyes, the same everything, but they are tribe. People in South Korea speak the same different language, and people in Nepal and Indian, they speak different language, and people in Thailand, they all speak. But there is a common purpose for common good. When you think that, hey, my tribe, or I want to support this guy because he's from my tribe, and that's what it is actually. These are the loyalty. That's what I see in this loyalty. Nothing else. Nothing else. And ignoring the fact, and the fact that I keep telling you, that's, the SPLM government actually chose to go with Chinese because they wanted to engage in corruption. Because Chinese is give and take, they don't care. They will not develop anything. And one thing that I will add to my debate with you guys, Dengbol and Dr. Martin and Miyakol, I want you to show me a country that China has a relationship with, succeeded than the countries that they have relationship with the United States. I gave you example of Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Dubai and Jordan and, and Sultan Oman, Bahrain, all these countries that have a good, strong tie to the United States, how they succeeded. Economically, security-wise, militarily, how they succeeded. When you go to their, airport, you see how they succeeded. But our brothers, they chose Chinese because Chinese actually, they don't care. They don't care about human rights. Have you ever seen in the United Nations, Mandub, a Chinese representative talk about the human rights violation? Never. Never. Look, you can see the differences. Look, South Korea. South Korea got independent in 50s, I believe so. And they were on the right side. They were allied with the United States. Look now what happened. You have the Hyundai. You have all these cars coming to Sudan, coming to East Africa. They're from South Korea. Economically, they are way, way developed than North Korea. What's North Korea is doing? They are tied to Chinese. Did Chinese give them anything? Did Chinese develop them? They are just, people are starving, dying from hunger, dying from diseases. Look, South Korea, what's happening? The innovation. The development that they are in right now is because they ally with the United States. It doesn't hurt anything. And Japan, look, Japan. Japan doesn't even have an army. Look what they are doing right now. And you are telling me that Chinese are better than the US? The one that, stood alongside with us to pressure Bashir to bring CPA, Comprehensive Peace Agreement, in 2005? And you just ignoring them because these people, they care about transparency and justice and liberty. And these are the values actually people of South Sudan fought for. We fought for justice. We sing them a national anthem. Unless you don't understand the national anthem. When he said, for justice, liberty, and prosperity shall forevermore. These are the three words South Sudanese fought for. Justice, liberty, prosperity. I challenged Brother Martin last night. And I told him that prove to me that South Sudanese didn't fight for justice and liberty and prosperity. Challenge me that, I challenge you when he said that, hey, South Sudan should be ruled by dictatorship. When he said that, hey, why do we have to talk about democracy? Sudan is not democracy, and the countries surrounding South Sudan are not democracy, But you know what? Our intention when we fought the North oppressors is to be different than this country surrounding our country. It's to be different. It's not to be like them. If we want to be like them, we wouldn't even fight. We would have stayed together. But we wanted to be different. We wanted to have a development. We wanted to have justice. We wanted at least, a human can be free. You can move from here to here, there, and you can have economic growth. That's why we fought. We didn't fight to be like Motamar Watani, or to be like Egypt, or to be like Ethiopia, or Kenya, and Uganda. No. We fought to be different. Yes, we fought not to be marginalized, but now we are marginalizing our people. So don't tell me that. Actually, you are embarrassing yourself, brother. You are embarrassing yourself. When you guys saying that, oh, this country should be ruled militarily forever. Actually, this is an embarrassment, to you. Because it would not make sense. It's not too long ago. It's not even 15 years ago we were fighting. Justice, liberty, prosperity. Adala, Hurriya, Masawa. These are the main thing. I don't know why a human being who is a grown up and understand will ignore the facts. Will ignore the facts. We fought to build the future. Right? But the future doesn't seem now we are building it. We are going backward. We wanted to be like the same country in the region. See, when we voted for referendum, it was a secret ballot. You go behind that, sitara, and then you put your voice, your ballot. And nobody knew that you vote for unity or you vote for suppression. Look, President Kiir, for his own hyena tactics, wanted to change that. Within his own party, SPLM party, when people said, okay, we're going to have a convention, and then through the convention, we have to have a secret ballot so no one can know who I voted for. But he said, no, we should raise hand because he wanted to know who is voting against him. And then at night, he will send somebody, will send him a non-gunman, whatever, to go and take care of him. That's the tactic. I don't know, any educated South Sudan will not understand this point. Will not understand this point. Someone will say, oh, Kiir is innocent from all this thing happening. Oh, the parliament is in charge. Parliament is in charge of what? These are cheerleaders. These are not members of parliament, actually, the one in South Sudan. You know that. You are aware of that 100%. It's a parliament that, prior to independence, Salva Kiir came and told them, hey, if you don't pass this constitution, I'm going to fire you all. He said that. Kiir told them that. And then they passed it because everybody was concerned. Why should we grant all the power to the president? President can fire elected government. President can nominate a member of parliament and can fire them. President can fire even commission. President can fire even, someone professor at the university. Why should we do that? The good South Sudanese, raise that. And then President Kiir come hard on them, say, if you guys don't pass it, I'm going to fire you on. So he became like a king. And yet, a brother said last night on his show, was saying that, oh, the parliament is the one that have power. What power they have? They have nothing. They have nothing. They get fired. And those who are there in parliament, actually, they are there just to get paycheck. That's what it is. They are cheerleaders. That's what they do. Of course, So what I've seen here, the government actually has sent out, those crooks, to use the propaganda to bring people who are speak the truth, who are raising their voice. But I don't think so it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. We are the voice of the truth. We are the voice of truth, of silent majority. It doesn't matter how long it will take. We will remain committed to the truth and the fact. And South Sudan is the one country. South Sudan belongs to all of South Sudanese. If you are blind in your tribal, loyalties, that's up to you. I don't care. I don't care when someone comes, oh, we are the one that died on this. People from that region, they didn't go to jungle and they didn't fight. What kind of human is that saying that thing? You're degrading yourself. You're degrading yourself. You live in civilized, especially those who live in civilized nation in West. They should be better than the way that they're acting right now. They should be better than the way they're acting right now. I repeat my point again. To brothers, those who are using propaganda, I am more than willing to debate you. And prove to the people why Kir and his government, they should be giving the opportunity again. Why would you think? They have the one engineer all this thing. I am more than happy to debate you. Please quit using hyena tactics to get the vulnerable people. I know a lot of people don't want to come here. They don't even want to see it. They will watch it later. When I'm done with it, they will view it. I know that. Because the facts hurt. The truth hurts always. But the truth is truth. Whether they like it or not, I have to say it. I have to say it. Someone was saying that I want to say something. Let me see if he's still there. I can bring him on board. At least, I'm very interesting for someone, to just to convince me, to challenge me, I think that person maybe left. Okay, let me try this, brother. Maybe you have a terbang, Majak. It looked like you have difficulties in network because I tried to invite you, but I don't know. It's not going through. Type a word or type anything and see. We can try it again. I don't know why it's not going. Yeah, I tried a lot of time, but I don't know. Okay, let me do this. Yeah, no answer. You are not answering. So that's what it said. The system said. I know they won't debate me because they know that the truth hurt. But I wish they can come out. It started lying to the people. Ordinary people who don't know nothing. But because I've seen him lying and and gathering these people, and then people don't know. They will just do the like thing. Let me try this. Yeah. So you see, it's going right there.
Hey, Jongkor.
Hey, welcome aboard, brother.
How
Hey,
are
you've
you
been
doing?
around South Sudanese for a long time, and you feel them, you feel their pain. My topic today is loyalty and corruption. What can you advise to a truth patriot South Sudanese who really want good change in that country? The country
Uh,
that the United States spent more than $11 billion to gain independence, and people can live free and fair.
well, yeah, it's like you were talking about China. China, they don't they don't care about improving countries. They just want to strip resources away. That's why, if you look all over Africa, you can see they build just, basic infrastructure that's not basically what they need to strip the country of all the resources. So and like you were talking about North Korea, the Chinese have only helped North Korea in so far as like they're basically propping up the that government. That's it. They're not developing anything. North Korea is one of the biggest, human rights violation in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
And South Korea, we helped South Korea develop economically, militarily. We have all kinds of treaties and with South Korea, and they've benefited from that, and it gives them time to develop. Excuse me, it gives them time to develop their own country. So that's like you were saying. That's why Kier wants to go with the Chinese because this is the easiest way to be corrupt because
Yeah,
the Chinese
exactly.
government will just pay them off.
So, Matthew, correct me wrong. What can you tell the average South Sudanese or even educated South Sudanese who don't see that, potential with the United States? They think United States is coming, to take our country or to take our resources. That's the propaganda that I've seen in the Facebook these days. What advice can you tell these people actually?
Well, I mean, America, the it's hard because there's a lack of information. That's why it's good that you're doing what you're doing. You're giving people a counter viewpoint to what they're hearing that these tribal leaders or Kier is telling them. He wants to keep them in the dark. So I mean my advice would be to seek out alternate viewpoints and other information to get the full story, but sometimes that's hard because
Mm-hmm.
especially in the country, but it's the people outside of the country like yourself that can view it with a different lens. You can view it from the outside looking in, and you have all the information. You have access to all the information. So I would just suggest for more people like you to start making these videos to try and get the word out. Even just talking to your family members, word of mouth, it can spread. So that's my advice is to try and seek out other means of information and not just never trust what your government is telling you. Always look to see if what they're telling you is true.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not.
I know. And even here, people in the United States, they don't even trust their government because they want to get correct information. They want to get the right information because government can be doing something, you know, at least American, they have that freedom of expression and fairness. You can speak up,
Right, you
you
can
know.
speak up without fear of reprisal. You know that the government, our constitution prevents any kind of retaliation against you for speaking out. And that's you have to have that founding document to fall back on. So And it's like you were saying, like he made them pass the constitution that he wanted. Not a
Exactly.
constitution that would be good for the country, but a constitution that would be good for him.
Yeah. And what, frustrating me more, people with good education background, actually they are blind and they don't want to tell the truth. They are just loyal simply because it's my uncle or it's my tribe or someone that, is giving me this or is giving me that. And
Yeah, and
actually,
that's
South Sudan has the potential, have more opportunity. If we have transparency, it would be enough. Even those on the West, those here in the United States, I've seen voices of people who say, "Oh well, it's good. No one, no alternative." Simply, in all 12 million or 14 million people, is that the only smart guy? Was
well,
Nelson Mandela the only smart South African person, or Gandhi was the smartest, Indian guy? There are
yeah.
always a lot of smart people. I don't know what to tell these people, because that's irritate me, when I hear from intellectual people, you know, thinking
Well,
that
with
in tribal mentality.
people like that, who you're talking about, I mean, they're gonna they're looking for some kind of reward. You know what I mean? It's tit for tat. You know, so I scratch your back, you scratch my back. So that's why you get even seemingly smart people who are going to be these blind loyalists. They are only seeking to enrich themselves because they know possibly that they can get some of that money for being so loyal. So that's why I would recommend, if someone's being such a blind loyalist, ask yourself, what does this person stand to gain from being so loyal?
You know. Well,
And it's
Matthew, thank you.
they seek to enrich themselves. They know how the system works, and they know that they could potentially receive money or benefits or whatever.
Yeah,
And that's why they're doing it, because they
exactly.
themselves are corrupt.
Right. Well, Matthew, thank you, man, for giving that advice and for being, with South Sudanese always here in Salt Lake City. I see your concern and thank you for advice. And I hope those who are blind lawyers will debate me because I want to debate them actually. I want them, to
I know
convince me, you know, that's
you
what I
want
want.
to debate them, but you know they won't show up to the table because they have no arguments. They can't argue that a dictatorship is a good thing for a country. They know that's not true. They have no position to argue from. So you know they won't show up, but it's good to challenge them because it only shows, you know, how poor their character is.
Seeing that. Okay. Well, thank you, man. I'm not going to take your time, distract you from what you're doing there in in college. Thank you for being part of this, and hey, enjoy your day.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Let me see this brother here. I don't know what's going on, Ater, with the network. I'm trying. See, I try even to invite you before Matthew. I hope it will go through because I'm trying really hard. It showed the smaller picture there, but yeah, let's do this again. Yeah. Atar maybe you need to refresh the network because I invite you more than 6 times, but it's not going through actually. I've seen your picture in the top, but it's not dialing. But I really want to get your perspective, you know. See, I tried here, I tried there. Let me try another person, and see if that will work. That's weird. Let me try. If it works, that will be fine. Okay, that's fine. I know the network is bad there. Sorry. Let me try. That's weird. I don't think network is gonna be bad in Canada also. You gotta be working there. Okay, so I'm not gonna kill your time right there. I think we had enough. We talked enough about the loyalty and corruption, and these are the things that killing instability in our country, South Sudan. I will reiterate to those brothers that I invite that I want them to challenge me. We wanted to debate together. I want to debate Dengbol. I want to debate Dr. Martin. I want to debate brother, Michael. We want to sit in one place, and and those who are using propaganda, to bring people on the side of Kir to prove to me that why Kir should be a good leader, why Kir should be given other opportunity. He already have 12 years, and he has killed the dream of South Sudanese. No infrastructure, no development, insecurity in the country, human right violation, and so on. Please, if you really care, do not use hyena tactics to attack the baby buffaloes. Come and attack those who know something. Be an open-minded and accept the views of others without feeling threatened. Don't feel threatened with my views. Come and debate me. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next week, we will have another live. You have a good night.